Hello and welcome to another episode of Growing Organically for Wholesale Markets. Today we will talk about planting. We're going to start off today's episode by joining Tamara McNaughton of T&T Farm and Greenhouse. We last saw her transplanting peppers and tomatoes, and today she'll be planting them in the ground.
So we use the string to try to keep the rows as straight as possible, which works as good as it can. He's gonna mark the line because we're gonna end up just dropping plants, but essentially we just take a step and space it like that, so we have enough space to hopefully run the tiller between them when they grow out. Because this zucchini will grow like this, and these peppers we're gonna plant them here, and they'll probably grow like this. So we'll have a little bit of space. We space pretty tightly. We're going to plant peppers today on 2 rows. The rows are going to be a foot apart, and the peppers are going to be 18 inches apart. And we're going to do our very best to space them diagonally from each other. So it'll be 2 rows, but relatively close together. So again, nothing super scientific about what we're doing here. Other than plants do have spacings that they prefer. And then what we'll do is we'll run short sticks outside of them, and we'll string them so that it kind of holds them all together when they get bigger.
Tamara mentioned that plants have preferred spacings. Well, here you can see on this chart their preferred spacing, the time of year to plant them, how many days out you should harvest, and so much more. For a full copy of this chart, check out the link below or check out our online blog, which will have this image of the chart as well as the link. Next, we're going to join Neal Reid, who we last saw setting up his drip line. He will be seeding directly into his ground today with his Earthway seeder.
Looks like I used about 6 ounces of seed, maybe a little bit more than that, to sow about 800 square feet of a fairly dense corn planting here in about 10 minutes. On the corn, this package is supposed to be a 96% germination rate in a perfect optimal planting. As I mentioned earlier, this may be a little bit less than optimal. There's still quite a bit of green chopped up organic matter in here, and it hung up in my seeder a little bit and perhaps left some of this corn more exposed than I would like it. I can see one right here for an example. So one thing that I might do is come back, look for these, make sure and just replant a few of those, any of them sticking out really bad. Some of these gaps where I didn't really have this smoothed out that much. I might have a couple, but yeah, it looks like overall most of them are down. And with this plate I'm using, I'm getting a seed about every 3 inches, which I like to have corn about 6-inch spacing. So having even half of those not come through won't be that much of a disappointment for me personally. Someone like me that's managing around an acre or say less than an acre, this thing works out to be really nice in my judgment. I think once you get beyond the 1 to 5 acre scale, you're going to find yourself needing much larger planting implements, tractor pulled planters, that kind of thing exist where 1 or 2 riders ride in a seat kind of pulled behind a tractor, machine that will say punch a hole in the plastic bed that's put down. The rider has trays of plants readily available, and they can plant them really fast, make efficient plantings on a larger scale. So this probably wouldn't work for people that have, say, more than 5 acres to manage, but they may find certain efficiencies and sort of boundaries and things like that where the tractor may not be ideal, where they could use it.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Hope to see you next time on Growing Organically for Wholesale Markets.